2 years. 2 years ago, I decided to switch it up. I wanted to focus more on my strength and taking this new step to getting as strong as possible. I spent a lot of time doing bodybuilding, hypertrophy, and more casual gym training in my earlier years as a gym goer, which helped me a lot. It really built up my body, my health, and whatnot, but then I started thinking about one of my imbalance, that I was quite big and muscular, but yet so weak. And I wasn't that big or muscular even after years of bodybuilding, but I was really happy with my visual standards, my aesthetics. I was comfortable of my looks, but I always felt like something was missing. I looked like an athlete that was training a lot and quite frankly was strong, but in the reality I wasn't strong as one. It didn't make sense. I was really weak. So I wanted to make it more even, to be strong as well. And who doesn't want to be strong, right? But oh man, I gotta tell you, powerlifting, it's so boring, guys. I mean, doing only 2 to 4 exercises, if even that one on one session with singles and all that. Where's the fun in that? Where's the time under tension? Where's the pump? The mind to muscle connection? I mean, sure, you will get great results to follow a pure powerlifting block and that type of programming. And yes, traditional powerlifting program often relies on 3 different types of blocks where you focus on both lower and higher rep ranges and methods. But every time I follow these kinds of program, I always feel empty. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm missing out on something. Don't get me wrong, powerlifting is hard and it's really difficult. It's the skill, the practice of a certain skill, the skill to perform the specific lift with as much as efficiency with a certain weight. It takes years to master. I mean, 10 plus sets of squats in the same session, you will get a lot better and stronger at squats. You will, but so can you with approaches like power building. But we're all built different. Like for example, power building works really great for me, but it doesn't have to be as efficient for somebody else or the other way around. And the problem, or rather the dilemma here, is the individual's certain goal. If you care about getting strong and big at the same time, I would recommend power building, of course. I do think that mass and size will add and come with the time either way if you powerlift or power build, but you would get both aspects, you know. But do you only care about strength and nothing else, especially about strength on a whole another level, then by all means, I highly recommend powerlifting. I really do. But it's quite ironic, really. Here I am talking about how boring and how bland powerlifting is when I myself is dreaming of the attendance and the career within the sport. It's come down to a couple of things here. The first thing is about the standards and the goals you set. I strongly believe you can achieve great strength with a more power building aspect over a powerlifting approach, but the real question here is how strong you desire to be. Some people doesn't even need this. Some people have great genetic advantage in a lift or simply just achieve the desired strength with power building. In the end, strength will always be strength. And this is also why I personally love the more power building type of approach when I train, is because it gets a sweet piece of both parts, strength and hypertrophy, but also because it gets the job done, man. You get to do your compounds with triples and achieve great feats in your strength gains at the same time as you work out the more broad aspect of training, the aesthetics, getting that pump and training under tension. Doing what makes you feel happy, really. Especially for me, this is the case. But I do think powerlifting type of program is greatly efficient, guys. I never said otherwise, but when it comes to this, it's truly because you should always do what you love. Do what you enjoy doing. Nothing great comes from doing anything against your true will, against your desire to want more. I wanna be strong as hell, guys. Really strong. And powerlift will get me there, but what's the point in it if I can't enjoy the journey of it? When I started out, I truly did enjoy it because I was new. Either it was new and exciting, but along the way I got reminded of how much I love powerbuilding. Another factor that affects me right now, at least because I'm so fond of the concept, is the lack of range of motion. I mean, range of motion is so important for me, and it's something that I highly try to educate others about here. But then again, powerlifting isn't about range of motion. Quite the opposite. It's about performing a lift as effective and with little effort as possible. You hear that? As little effort as possible. And what equals range of motion? Well, effort. This is why powerlifters use a really drastic arch in the bench press and squats with a low bar position to cut out the range of motion. I mean, there's still rules about certain range of motion to achieve a good lift that gives you three whites, but it's about what you train for. I mean, no pro powerlifter squats super deep. I mean, some do, but some don't, and that's because it's unnecessary for them. Why squat further than you need for a good lift, right? And I get that. But otherwise, I think range of motion is important. It's healthy. And who knows, maybe I'll change my mind about this in the future, but I highly doubt it. Maybe I will truly get addicted by this more pure powerlifting style of training. Absolutely not impossible, but right now I'ma do what works for me. That's also a thing that I think is very important, both in training but also in general, guys. You can't decide your future. Opinions change because experiences change. The more experience you get within a field, whether it's a specific line of work or a training approach in the gym, your opinions and values within that field most likely will change too. But I do think the more I learn about the sport, being powerlifting, there's a chance I will get to love it once again. So, we will see where it takes me. But that was it for today's video, guys. I appreciate it if you made it through the video. Have a good one, and I'll catch you on the next one.